Beyler Greek. Doymaktan kafayı yerim bu memleket. Oh, interesting. What is this?
What's up and welcome, guys. I'm Luke Martin with ChopsticksTravel.com, and today I am in Athens, Greece. This is our first time here, and this will be the start of our European tour. It's a very short tour, but we are super excited.
Interesting. What is this?
So we've got some amazing places to eat some traditional Greek food picked out today, and I'm really excited to bring it to you guys. I would love to know.
Ya amına koyayım, dayıyı çalmasaydınız bari ya. Dayıyı bari geri getirin ya.
What you think of this video. So make sure you stay tuned to the end because we're going to be eating so much good stuff. So let's go.
Ya bu kadar benzeyip sürekli tartışmamıza inanamıyorum ya. Baya baya aynı iki milletiz yani. Niye alıp veremiyoruz? Amına koyayım, aynısın, benle aynısın ya. Beni artık kabullenelim ya.
We are at our first location today for breakfast, and although breakfast actually isn't a very popular affair here in Greece, there certainly is some dishes that are classics that can be eaten at all times of day, and one of those certainly is Greek yogurt. So we have ordered up a massive chunk of Greek yogurt, and this is just looking incredible. So we're at a very popular restaurant called Stani, and it's been open since 1931, and they specialize in Greek yogurt. So we ordered the sheep's milk yogurt, and then it is topped in the traditional way with honey and a small mountain of walnuts, and it's kind of just presented a little bit sloppily, but it just looks absolutely delicious. So I am totally ready to devour this right now. At this restaurant, you can order your yogurt either cow milk or sheep's milk, and as I mentioned, this is the sheep's milk, and we ordered the traditional with honey and walnuts. So I'm gonna grab a big chunk of the yogurt here, make sure I get some walnuts, and it almost feels like a solid in my spoon. So this is gonna be an awesome bite. It is not even dripping off my spoon. It is so thick in consistency. Let's try it. Ooh, oh yeah. Oh, that's so good. That just kind of takes my mouth for a flavor ride. And the first thing that hits your tongue is the sourness of that yogurt. It's almost a little bit tart. And the next is the super sweet kind of gooiness of that honey. And then finishing it all off with a nice crunch and nutty flavor from that walnut. Literally almost a solid. You can just break off a small piece here. And that is just creamy. Creamy does not explain that. Oh, so good. We were actually just recommended something else that this restaurant serves. And this is called antogala. And it is the top cream. So the skimmed off the top. And then just check out how much honey is on there. There is a ridiculous amount of honey. It is kind of just drowning the cream underneath there. And this is just a thing of beauty. That honey is just golden. Oh, and this looks incredible. So this is not yogurt. This is the top cream. And apparently you cannot have this anywhere else but in Greece. So let's try this out. And oh man, there is so much honey. That is going to be a sweet bite. And it is sort of kind of...
İyi ki almamışız beyler. Bu ne kötü ya.
Made a casing around my spoon. Just check that out. Okay, let's try that. Oh, that is totally different, completely separate than the flavor of the yogurt. That is much sweeter, but there's a lot of honey on there. That honey is just quality that you can taste.
Başka bir şey ya lan. Türk deyince öfkeden bayılan kasalar mesela.
So we are at the extremely hectic Athens Central Market, just taking a walk around, and it's really just incredible to see where
Her şey aynı ya.
all of those fresh ingredients come from that we will be eating throughout our stay here in Greece. So we just
Helvacı dayı işte.
finished exploring the Central Market here in Athens, and that was absolutely incredible. It's such a display of all the ingredients, and even the vendors are just putting on kind of a show by screaming out all their products. And I can definitely not think of anything I would rather have right now than a cup of coffee. So we have come to a very popular place called Mocha to have some traditional Greek coffee. So we just ordered them up, and we are waiting for them to come out. So our Greek coffee has arrived, and basically Greek and Turkish coffee are the same. The method of preparation is the exact same. They finely grind the coffee beans and then mix with water, so it's unfiltered coffee. But the way that this cafe does it, mocha, is really interesting. It is the traditional way of making Greek or Turkish coffee, and they do it by heating it very, very slowly in sand. So they have...
Beyler bu çalmışlar işlerinde çok iddialısınız ya. Bir önceki videonun oralardan geldiğimizi sakın ama sakın unutmayın. Bir saniye bile unutmayın. Bu konuşmalar sadece bugün yapılacak ve bir daha yapılmayacak. Ama bir önceki videoda izlediğimiz şeyler, evet, oradan geldik. Ve bu lavuklar buradaydı. O yüzden bu konuyu burada kapatıyorum.
The hot sand, which very slowly kind of simmers the coffee, but they never get it to the point of boiling, just to a very slight simmer. So it is actually only stirred one time, and then once the froth starts to kind of reach the top of the pot, it is taken out and then poured into our cup. So here we've got a beautiful cup of Greek coffee.
Çalmışlar kahvemizi amına koyayım.
It seems that they poured a little bit of the froth down in the bottom, but the main part of the coffee is served in this, and this is called a briki, which is a, I believe it's brass pot, and this is the traditional Greek pot of serving Greek coffee. So I'm gonna pour mine in, and just check out how thick that is. Oh man, that looks good. And there is quite a bit of coffee in there. All right, so let's try it out. Should be nice and hot. Oh yeah. Oh man, that is like a punch in the face. That is so strong. That is like battery acid. That'll just completely hit you. But
Bizim kahveyi hiç böyle övmedin. Ne adam.
It is a little bit bitter, and since it's unfiltered, you can kind of taste the coffee grinds or feel them in there. So it's a little bit kind of silky. Let's try another drink, and it's nice and like frothy in the top. And
Bizim kahveye şey dedi, sabah uyandırır ya. Ama ne koyayım, 50 tane cümle kurdun ya burada.
that's what I really like about it. Served in this very, very small cup. Oh yes. Oh man, that's so good. It is almost like slightly acidic, a little bit sour almost, and just bitter, and then kind of chocolatey. It's just a complete like dimension of flavors. There's so many things going on there. That's delicious. This is the perfect way to wake up. This is such a strong coffee, and actually at the bottom of the briki, you can see there are kind of like the coffee grinds, and then on the outside here, you can see some of the sand that it was heated in. So this is a really cool spot, doing it the traditional way, using sand to heat the coffee, and it is certainly not just a gimmick, because this cup of coffee is delicious. It's so thick and powerful, and actually they've served it with a sweet. I think this is a Turkish delight. It's got powdered sugar on the outside, so let's think about that. Oh, so it's lemon flavored. It's lemon flavored, and it has powdered sugar on the
İlk kez gördüm öyle bir şey.
outside. A light, sweet.
Ya ismi mesela Turkish Delight ya. Kafayı yiyeceğim, vuracağım elimi duvara ya.
Complements the coffee very nicely. And this is such a cool little cafe right up the side of the street outside of the Central Market here in Athens. We are loving this day so far, and we're going to continue eating, so let's keep going. We are at our next location today, and we are back inside of the Central Market here in Athens, and we are right inside of the meat aisle, and we're at our next location. This place is extremely popular. It is called Epirus Tavern, and we're going to go have some good Greek food. Sitting down the restaurant now, and this is such a cool little spot right inside of the market. It's a very working class restaurant where you can come and enjoy some very nice home cooked style Greek food. And what they specialize in here is called patsos, which is basically the intestines of the pork and everything, the stomach, and kind of all mixed into a soup. And we have a big plate of it here, and it smells incredible. This is a very popular dish, especially if you are hungover. Apparently, it's a good cure. We've got some bread here, and then also we've got the Greek salad, traditional salad, and then some house white wine, and then all kinds of different toppings for the patsos. So let's dig in. So as you can see, all of the organs are very finely chopped here in the patsos, and also it's sort of like a creamy looking, kind of milky yellowish broth. So I'm gonna try it first without any of the toppings and just get the natural taste. It's almost
İşkembeyle bağırsağı karıştırıyor bunlar.
creamy. All those organs are extremely tender, but that definitely needs to have some toppings.
İnce doğruyorlar.
Needs is some pepper, so I'll put some of that on and be very generous with it. Should be good. And then also over here we've got some chili peppers, sort of dried chili flakes. Should be good. We'll put those on. There we go. And then over here we have some lemon. So definitely give a nice drizzle of lemon on top. This is a lemon and garlic vinegar. So that looks awesome. I'm going to give a hefty serving of that on top here. And then I'll give it some acidic and garlic.
Kez gördüm böyle bir şey.
So mix it around a little bit. Oh, and I can smell that garlic vinegar. That has extremely strong garlic smell to it. And And oh man, this is looking incredible. It may not look that appetizing or sound that appetizing, but honestly, it's just about the way that they prepare it. If it's cooked right, it's certainly delicious. So let's try it. Oh yeah, spicy from those chili flakes, and now there's a strong garlic flavor from that vinegar. There is like a little bit of like a gaminess, so you can definitely taste like there's some meat and some intestines in there, but it kind of complements it because it's a really rich broth. That's nice. You should not leave Greece without eating Souvlaki or Greek salad. It is definitely one of the classics. And here in Greek, they do it a little bit differently than you might know. They serve it with a massive piece of feta. That's a whole chunk of feta. So I know in a lot of other countries where you get Greek salad, they will crumble the feta over top, but no, not here in Greece. And then there's just so many fresh vegetables, and these are not finely chopped. These are coarsely chopped. So we got some big cucumbers underneath there, some massive chunks.
Salata yiyeceksin işte amına koyayım, sanki ne yiyorsun ya?
So as I mentioned earlier, breakfast isn't the most popular thing here in Greece, but there certainly is some foods that Greek people love to eat for breakfast. So we had the Greek yogurt, and another very popular and common snack is the Greek pie. So we just went to a very popular pie shop called Ariston, and we got two different types of pies. So Ariston is popular for one pie in particular, and that is this. This is the kuru, and it's kind of unassuming on the outside.
Bunu bizimkilerin dişi kesmemiş herhalde. Bunu almamışız.
It's just the oval-shaped pie, but what is inside is apparently where all the goodness is. So this is just feeling nice and warm, and it kind of feels a little bit flaky and crisp on the outside, and I'm gonna crack this guy right in half. Oh yeah, oh man. And you can see just all that feta cheese on the inside. Check that out.
Poğaça ya.
There's feta cheese and butter, and oh man, this smells so good. And this is made with the phyllo dough. So
Poğaça ama şey, yani içine malzeme koyuyorlar hala. Biz onu atlamışız artık.
I'm going to bite into this. So that is extremely buttery tasting. The outside is really quite flaky, and that feta cheese on the inside, just check that out. There's a whole layer of feta cheese in there, and that is nice and like sour, a little bit tart almost. Let me take another bite.
Hala poğaçaya özeniyorlar beyler. Biz o, yani farkımız o.
So now I know why this is such a popular pie.
Yani peynirli poğaçada hakikaten peynir var. Türklerle farkı bu.
And just check it, there's little chunks of butter in there as well. So it's nice and light, it's easy to eat, it's kind of like airy and like really flaky and delicious. And that feta cheese is just the best part. The second pie we bought, which is not as popular as the koro, but still very popular, that is the spanakopita, and this one is quite different. So as you can see, it's sort of like a sandwich, and inside we have a ton of chopped spinach. There is also feta in here, there is egg in
Çok ottu diye bunu çalmamışız.
here, and I'm not exactly sure, but I think there's a lot of different things going on. And this one feels very like soft compared to the other one, which was more kind of crisp and hard. So I'm gonna bite into this, and this one looks incredible.
Tabi biz bir kıymadan gidelim de falan demiş bizim atalar.
I can definitely taste dill in there as well, and there's definitely some chopped onions as well. Oh man, that is full of flavor. That is a strong dill flavor, and that spinach gives it kind of like a meaty, kind of legume flavor. The bread on the outside is much different than the other one we had. And it's served warm. This is a perfect little breakfast snack.
Kafayı yiyeceğim. Ne dostum bunun ismi?
This salami, cheese parmesan.
Cheese parmesan, yeah,
Best dolmadaki, one list.
Okay.
Only rice, no meat.
No meat, just rice.
Pastırma, sucuk, beef sucuk.
Pastırma sucuk diyor.
Turkey.
Ulan CZN Burak'ı geri getirin bari. Pastırmayı sucuğu çaldığınızda adamı verin bari ya.
Yes, it's fully mixed. Okay?
Yeah.
This smoked cheese, gravia. This maximally strong bread. It's very good. Okay?
Yes, thank you. I love cured meats. It's just such a
Lavuklar artık şey de yapmıyor ha. Hani eskiden caziki işte dolmaki falan yaparlardı. Herif direkt diyor pastırma sucuk direkt çaktık amına koyayım. Hiç hala hani eki meki yok.
a little snack, and I'm definitely gonna start with turkey. I'm just a big fan of turkey, and it's a one-biter. Oh yeah, that's so good. That is like the ultimate turkey flavor, and kind of like a little bit smoky, but really just kind of a pure meat flavor. Okay, that turkey was incredible, but next.
Müthiş bir tabak bu arada. Bu tabağı götürürüm yani. Şu tabak keşke önüme gelse.
I'm gonna try which is probably their second most popular, and that's the Souvlaki, and it's smaller cut, but that looks really good. You can see it's kind of like marbleization going on in there, and then there's a crust on the outside. It's definitely spicy. It almost kind of tastes like paprika. You can definitely tell that there's a chili in there, but it's not kind of like a burning chili heat. It's more just the roast sort of chili flavor. And next is the pastorma, which we already tried, and this looks really good.
Ya Berke manyak mısın amına koyayım? Diyor ki Oğlan da diyor hiç demiyor diyor bunları Türkiye'de dedim diye. Yani oğlan mesela mekanda nasıl bir sıkıntı çıkarabilir ki? Bir dakika. Ne dedim buna? Sucuk. Bu? Astırma. Bir dakika şimdi. Ben seni dinledim. CZN Buraki. Hırsızsınız. Falan mı desin? Ne desin adama ya?
Oh, that's such a rich flavor. It's really salty, but it just has like a really nice meat, kind of dry cured flavor, all aged really nicely. So I'd have to say that this one is the one I'm most excited about trying. This is the salami with the Parmesan crust, and that is just really cool. I actually had no idea that you could cure meat in Parmesan or any cheese, and so you can see the layer of cheese on the outside, and I love salami. That's awesome. Oh, I love salami. It's probably my favorite. Kind of has like a little bit sort of a sourness.
Dışı parmesanlı salamiyi niye çalamadınız? Dedeler sizde de bir eksik iş var ya.
And then you can definitely taste when you bite into the crust of the Parmesan. It's got that like really cheesiness to it. That is awesome. I have to say that's my favorite cut so far. So moving my way through this plate, and next up is the stuffed grape leaves or dolmadakya. And he said that usually it has meat inside, but this one just has rice. So the leaf is not whatsoever hard to chew through. It kind of just breaks apart, sort of like a piece of spinach. There was definitely some cheese, probably feta, inside of there, and that was extremely like juicy on the inside. A lot of olive oil, and that was I could taste dill in there as well. But that was like a flavor bomb that just like exploded in my mouth. So make sure you come check this place out, even if you're not going to sample anything. So this place is called Miran Meats, and it is just such a cool shop. We're gonna keep going. Still lots to eat today in Greece, so let's keep going.
Şu adamı geri getirin.
So definitely one of the most popular, if not the most popular street foods in all of Greece is the Kolori. So as you can see behind me, there's a guy selling them. So for 50 euro cents, you can get yourself a nice little treat. So let's get one. Alright, we got ourselves a Kolori, let's go try it out. Okay, so here is our Kolori. So basically it is a breadstick in a circular shape, and some might say that this is what the precursor to the bagel was, but it is extremely popular street food here in Athens. You can literally see this at every corner, and it's just a super on-the-go, tasty little snack, and there's not much to it. It's covered in a ton of sesame
Yokların simidi bizimkinden güzel duruyor beyler.
seeds, and that's just about it, but it looks really good, so let's take a big bite. Very similar to a bagel. So much sesame flavor going on there from the sesame seeds. It's actually quite dry, very chewy.
Yok şeyi
So
kötü,
this is just
içi
a very, very
kötü.
simple snack. Maybe this one isn't as fresh as they come.
İçi kötü, içi şey gibi. Bir gün kalmış kandil simidi gibi.
It's satisfying and keep you going until lunchtime.
Ulan bunu biz 5 sene önce bulduk ya. Bunu zaten biz 5 sene önce bulduk ya.
Lukumades, and it's pretty popular here in Athens, and it is a deep fried donut. And then we've ordered the kind that is covered with praline chocolate and almonds, and these just look absolutely incredible. So I'm just gonna grab one here and dig in.
Beyler bunu biz kesin çaktık. Ben size söyleyeyim 5 sene önce falan yoktu bu bizde ya.
It feels very crispy on the outside.
Ya da oraya yeni gitti. Kafamda bir sürü soru işareti var.
If you have a sweet tooth, you're going to
Lukumae.
like that a lot. So that is actually, I think it's just Nutella chocolate. And then really nutty from those almonds, so those taste incredible with it. But it's extremely crispy on the outside, but very airy and almost like a little bit fluffy on the inside. And they did not hold back on the chocolate. It is completely drenched in that Nutella praline chocolate. So Sabrina and I are even having a hard time finishing these off because they're so sweet. You're definitely going to want to have a friend or many to help you finish this. But just check out how much extra chocolate is at the bottom here. So they definitely put a generous helping of it.
Yok beyler lokma vardı da çikolata işi yeni yani. Yoksa sokaklarda lokma döktürürsün, cenazen olur, düğünün olur, lokma döktürürsün ama o şerbetli tatlıdır
These
yani.
are really good. You just gotta like sweets. Look at that. Oh man. So those lukumades are extremely popular with locals, and I can see why they are an amazing, sweet little snack. So we are getting pretty full, but we've got one more thing to eat today, so let's keep going.
Yeni bir lezzet. Bayıldım. Bir yarım alabilir miyim? Gyros diyorlar buna. Bu arada ekmek seçimleri şey. Tuzsuz bir ekmek. Ben yedim gyros Viyana'da. Tuzsuz bir ekmek ama dönerin tadını çok iyi ortaya çıkarıyor. Ve o bizim sandviç ekmeklerine göre falan çok daha iyi oluyor.
So I just ordered Souvlaki, thank you very much. And this looks incredible. I'm ready to eat this. So no Greek food tour is complete without the famous Souvlaki. So this is maybe one of the most loved foods in all of Greece. And basically it consists of the pita bread on the outside. And then here we've ordered the pork. So he grills it up on this massive kind of column of pork. And then inside we've got onions, tomato, tzatziki sauce, which is like a cucumber yogurt spread. And then actually french fries in there too. And it was a really cool spot we just ordered it from. He actually has an automatic kind of meat slicer. It's sort of like a handheld power tool.
Yunan yoğurt bunların fikri değil beyler. Gyros'un içindeki yoğurt. O Kıbrıs'tan İngiltere'ye gidenlerin ve Berlin'deki Türklerin ilk düşündüğü bir şey döner yoğurt ikilisi. Bence çok güzel bir inovasyon. Türkiye'de niye popüler değil anlamadım.
That he uses to cut the meat off the column of pork, and I've never really seen anything like that, but we've come down to this really beautiful square here in Athens to eat our souvlaki, and this will be the last thing we're eating today on this food tour. So this thing is quite hefty. You can see there's a ton of ingredients in here, especially a lot of that tzatziki sauce. So I'm just gonna kind of try to take a big bite here, try to get everything. I'm not sure if I will, but let's see if I can. Oh yeah. Oh, that's delicious. It tastes very like lightly spiced in the pork. Definitely a lot of salt. It's quite salty. And then those onions in there are nice and like sharp. And tomato gives it a nice kind of acidicness. And then that tzatziki sauce is also a little bit salty. Has a nice yogurty sourness. And then kind of a little bit sweet too. And then a nice cucumber flavor as well. And I'm almost losing all my tzatziki sauce is like falling at the side here. So I'm going to try to get a bite with the french fries. So I'll put this up here. Oh man, this is a sloppy meal, but that is delicious. The pita bread on the outside is sort of like elastic, chewy, almost like a little bit gooey. But that pork in there is definitely the highlight. That is an amazing souvlaki. That's going to be it for today's video. That was such an amazing Greek street food tour. We did a lot of snacking, and definitely if you come to Athens, you got to try out some of the foods we had today. The food here is awesome. But unfortunately, we do have to leave Greece today. So there's so many other things we wish we could have tried, especially Unista and